Pop! There you are. You sprout straight out of the ground somewhere in the Mushroom Kingdom. No parents, no instruction manual, just you and your tiny brown mushroom body standing there wondering what happens next. Oh, and did anyone mention you have no arms? Yeah, that's gonna be a thing. You look down at your feet. At least you got those. Two stubby brown feet that are about to carry you through the most ridiculous existence in video game history. Your eyebrows are huge and bushy, hanging over your eyes in a permanent scowl that makes you look way tougher than you actually are. You also have these two little fangs jutting out from your lower jaw. Pretty cool, right? Wrong. You never use them. Not once. They're just there for decoration, making you look vaguely threatening to absolutely no one. The first thing you notice is other Goombas marching around. They walk in perfectly straight lines, back and forth, turning around only when they bump into something. That's your job now too. Congratulations on your new career as a professional hallway pacer. You fall into formation and start walking. Left, right, turn around. Left, right, turn around. This is your life now. Wait, wasn't there something about living peacefully once? Oh yeah, your ancestors used to hang out in the Mushroom Kingdom, just chilling, being regular mushroom people, probably discussing mushroom philosophy or whatever Goombas talked about before everything went wrong. Then one day, someone decided to betray the kingdom and join up with Bowser. Not just someone, your entire species. Every single Goomba collectively decided to switch sides and become part of the Koopa troop. Talk about peer pressure. So now you're a soldier in Bowser's army, which sounds way more impressive than it actually is. Your combat training consists of walking and bumping into things. That's your entire offensive strategy. No punches, no kicks, no special moves. You literally just waddle toward your enemies and bump them. Somewhere in the multiverse, there's a Goomba who became a black belt in karate, but that Goomba doesn't exist in your universe. You get walking and bumping. That's the whole package. Your first patrol shift starts in World 1-1. You're assigned to a flat stretch of ground with a few pipes and some blocks floating in the air. Yeah. Those blocks just float. Nobody questions it. You certainly don't have time to, because here comes your first encounter with the enemy. It's a plumber. He's wearing red overalls and has a mustache that could probably be seen from space. This is Mario, and he's coming right at you. You do what you were born to do. You walk toward him, ready to bump him and claim your first victory. You're pumped. This is your moment. But then Mario does something unexpected. He jumps. Your tiny Goomba brain doesn't have time to process what's happening. 1 second you're walking, the next second there's a boot coming down from above. And just that fast, you're flat, completely pancaked. Squished into the ground with a little sound effect that goes stomp, and that's it. Your first patrol lasted about 8 seconds. But wait, you respawn. Turns out getting stomped isn't the end. You pop back up somewhere else in the level, ready for round 2. Maybe this time will be different. Spoiler alert, it won't be. You resume your patrol. Left, right. Turn around. Here comes Mario again. This time you're ready. You're going to dodge. You're going to zigzag. You're going to do something unpredictable. Except you can't. Your programming only allows you to walk in a straight line. So you walk straight at him again, and he jumps on you again, and you're flat again. After your 7th stomping of the day, you start to notice something. You're not exactly the most threatening enemy in Bowser's army. In fact, you might be the least threatening. When players see you, they don't run away in fear, they run toward you. You're basically a moving power-up, a warm-up exercise, the tutorial enemy that teaches new players that jumping on things makes them go away. You're the appetizer nobody asked for. Things get worse when you see your cousins, the Paragoombas. They have wings. Actual wing. They can fly around, bounce up and down, and avoid some of the ground-level hazards that constantly flatten you. Sure, one stomp takes their wings away, and they become regular Goombas, but at least they got to fly for a bit. You don't even get that. You're stuck down here with your 2 feet and your useless fangs, marching back and forth waiting for the next plumber to come along and ruin your day. Your daily routine is pretty predictable. Wake up, walk, get stomped, respawn, walk, get stomped, respawn, walk, get hit by a fireball, respawn, walk, get bumped by an invincible star-powered Mario who's glowing and playing that intensely annoying invincibility music, respawn. Sometimes, Just to mix things up, you get hit by a turtle shell that ricochets off 3 walls before nailing you square in the face. That's always fun. You try different strategies. Maybe if you walk slower, they won't notice you? Nope, still stomped. Maybe if you turn around right when they get close? Nope, they just adjust their jump. Maybe if you stand perfectly still and pretend to be a regular mushroom? You try this once and Mario walks right past you. Success! Wait, he's coming back. Stomped. The worst part is meeting the other enemies in Bowser's army. The Koopa Troopas at least have shells they can hide in. The piranha plants pop out of pipes and snap at people. The Hammer Brothers throw actual hammers. The Bullet Bills fly through the air at high speed. Even the Cheep Cheeps, literal fish, can jump out of water to attack. And what do you have? Walking. Slowly. In a straight line. Your contribution to the war effort is basically just existing in Mario's general path and hoping he trips. One day, you meet another Goomba during a shift change. His name is Steve. Steve tells you about the old days, before the betrayal, when Goombas lived peacefully in villages, and nobody stomped on anybody. He talks about Goomba Village, where some of your kind still live in peace, working regular jobs, raising families, and generally not getting flattened 8 times before lunch. Steve dreams of deserting the army and moving there. You wish him luck. 2 minutes later, Mario runs through and stomps both of you mid-conversation. You start to wonder about the Goombas who didn't join Bowser. The peaceful ones. The ones in Paper Mario who run shops and give Mario helpful information. Those guys are living their best lives, while you're out here getting demolished by raccoon tail attacks. Maybe your ancestors made a huge mistake when they signed up for Team Bowser. But it's too late now. You're stuck in the army, marching back and forth, fulfilling your destiny as the most stompable enemy in the kingdom. Sometimes you get assigned to special locations, ice levels where you slip around on the frozen ground, desert levels where you march through sand, castle levels where the floor is lava and you have to walk on tiny platforms. No matter where they send you, the job is the same. Walk and get stung. You're starting to think Bowser doesn't actually want to win. If he did, he'd stop sending Goombas to the front lines and maybe invest in enemies with arms. You hear rumors about a Goomba who made it big. Goomboss, they call him. He's huge, he's a boss fight, and he actually poses a challenge to Mario. You dream of getting promoted to Goomboss status. Maybe if you get stomped enough times, Bowser will notice your dedication and give you the big mushroom power-up. But days turn into weeks. And you're still regular-sized, still getting flattened by anyone who walks by wearing boots. The absolute lowest point comes when you're placed in World 1-1 again. You're literally the first enemy that new players encounter. Your entire purpose is to teach children how to jump. You're not even a real challenge, you're a tutorial. Somewhere, somehow, your Goomba ancestors are looking down and wondering where they went wrong. But you keep showing up. Every day you spawn in, start walking, and face your destiny with those bushy eyebrows held high. Sure, you have no arms, no special abilities, and no chance of survival. Sure, your attack strategy is, walk at them slowly. Sure, you're going to get stomped approximately 700 more times before lunch. But you're a Goomba, and someone has to do this job. You round the corner and see him again. Mario. That red hat. That mustache. Those boots. He sees you too. He starts running. Here we go again. You do what you were born to do. You walk forward, one stubby foot in front of the other, ready to bump into your destiny or get flattened trying. Because that's what Goombas do. He jumps. You had a good run. Oh wait, he missed! He actually missed the jump and ran right into you. You bumped him. He took damage. The little plumber is bouncing backward with his hurt animation and you just stand there, shocked, processing what just happened. Did you just win? Did you actually hit Mario? This is the greatest moment of your entire Goomba life. You're about to celebrate when you realize he's coming back. And he looks angry now. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. He's not going to miss this time. Worth it.